We just had a customer that came in and brought this Toyota AC unit. What happened is he broke off the connector. He opened it. I do not know what the guy does, but he ended up ripping this connector that you see here. I told the customer that we're going to attempt to solder that connector back. We do not know if the connector itself is good, if there are any rip pads on the board, but I thought it would be interesting to do this on video. We do not have anything like this on our channel. Let me quickly take a look at the connector. We do not have any missing pins, and the connector does not look damaged. So we should be able to use the same connector, and the flex cable goes inside here. The customer tried to pull the flex cable out or off the connector, and he ended up just ripping the whole connector off the board. It looks like there was a soldering attempt on this connector because we see burn marks here. Maybe we should clean the connector before we solder it. Just want to quickly clean up the mess here. I'm barely touching the connector. We do not want to cause any burns on it like the customer did. Okay, that should be enough. Let me put the connector on the side and take a look at the main motherboard. We just need to prep the board, add leaded solder onto the pads, and solder the connector. And the reason I'm applying leaded solder is so that we can lower the melting temperature of the joints here, so I can easily wick off the solder and start fresh. And by doing so, we will also know if all the pads are solid with the board or if there are any loose or weak pads. Let's change the tip and wick all the solder off. And look at the way this wick absorbs solder. And we're still at the very tip of the wick. Awesome. I do not know what this is. It looks like a solder blob here. Yeah. Okay. And the question is, where did we put the connector? No, just kidding. Right here. Right now, honestly, I do not know if the connector should be soldered on like this or if it should be the other way around, like this. Because either way, the pins will align. And it looks like it should be like this. I just noticed. Look at the cutout of the connector here. Look at the cutout and look at the line on the board. So that's the way it should go. One side is done. Let's do the other side. And we're gonna test the pins to make sure they are solid. I do see one weak pad here, but as long as it's making a good connection, that's all we need. Let's go ahead and test. Pin number 1 solid, pin number 2, very good, very good, very good. And the pin is making a connection with the trace. Very good, and very good. So let's test the other end. Okay, awesome. So all the pins are soldered on properly. Pins are solid and making a good connection. Now the customer will have to seat the Flux cable inside the connector. There's a latch on top of the connector that he pulls up on and then he presses down on when the Flux cable is in. So the job is done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions and we'll do something else in the next video.